In this episode,
I visit the Piston Club and discover huge back tyres.
Morning, right. We're off to the Piston Club, which is a recently opened establishment, probably about a couple of years ago, in Stratford Upon Avon. We're going there to have a look at what's going on. It's a beautifully themed pub and restaurant, but also biker friendly, and we're going to have a little look at that today. Taking it a bit easy, haven't been out on the bike for the week actually. So we're on the A44 at the moment, going towards Evesham. So a little update on the bike. We've got 667 miles on the bike now, so she's officially run in, although looking at the manual it does very clearly state that I shouldn't rev her to over 6,000 RPM for any significant duration, if at all, until at least 1,200 miles has been passed. So I'm being careful not to ever over 6,000 RPM, which is fine. The fuel economy on this bike is quite remarkable. I'm seeing, I saw the other day, 89 miles to the gallon. That's the highest MPG I've ever seen on any bike I've ever had. If you don't thrash it, and actually even if you do give it some stick, it seems to be very good. So Royal Enfield have definitely got that engine right, with their Sherpa engine being more efficient. So top marks for that. The bike is doing well. I'm very pleased with her so far. I think the bike is quite heavy at 196 kilos. It's about the same weight as a Honda NX500. But what I am finding is that the 21-inch wheel at the front is a godsend, because it literally rolls over pretty much anything. Potholes, ruts, it's just brilliant. It's great for the UK roads, I can tell you. The ergonomics are very good on this bike. I like the switch gear, all very nicely done. And actually I find that the screen is more than adequate and causes no buffeting at all. But I accept that it's pretty much a naked bike. This is quite a nice little road, off the beaten track. Normally you don't get much traffic on here. Anyway, further on the bike, I'm finding the bike very satisfying. It's good off-road, and the main idea behind buying this is an adventure style bike, or adventure bike. Means that when the tarmac runs out, I can carry on riding if I so wish to. Whereas on my NC750X, that really wasn't possible. Now I can just carry on. And I stick mostly to the small B roads and minor roads anyway, or I try to. They're safer most of the time. So it's ideal for me. I'm not what I would call a particularly fast rider. You've got to be a little bit careful around here because you get horses and tractors in the middle of the road and all sorts of stuff really. But yeah, it's a nice part of the world around here. And if you like riding off the beaten track, this is a nice little track, road. On our journey today, which is only a short one, we will be going past Ragley Hall. And I'm sure everybody now knows where Ragley Hall is and what it is, but also that the ABR festival is held there. I'm going to be going this year. Let me know in the comments who else is going and whether they've managed to book up either one of the trails. So I haven't booked up the trails, and now they're at this late stage they're all booked up anyway, unless there's a cancellation, of course. Yeah, it's lovely countryside out here, absolutely beautiful countryside. And this is pretty much where Ragley Hall is. We're just coming into Harvington soon, which is not far from Ragley Hall, where you'll all be coming next month if you're all coming to the AVR. Absolutely beautiful. Very lucky to have this on our doorstep, really. And here we are, Harvington. It's a lovely little village. Yeah. We've got a lot of very special speakers coming this year. Obviously we've got the usual ones. Itchy Boots will be there. Richie Vida, Missenden Flyer, and Mark Travels will be there as well. That'll be interesting. And a host of others, of course. Now in Warwickshire. Going back to the bike, I do like this TFT display. I'm not the biggest fan of TFT displays, I have to say. I like the analog ones, but because they've designed it so it's like an analog and it's really clear, I like it. It's a nice display. I know it flickers a bit on the camera, but I really do think it's excellent. Obviously it doesn't flicker normally, it's just the frame rate of the camera's picking it up. But a very nice feature, I think, on this bike is this TFT. And also people would have known from my last video that the satellite navigation failed, the TripAdash, and as a result, as it failed, gosh, there's a lot of mopeds out today. As a result of that, obviously, you can't use it. Well, it turns out that there's two options for you if that happens. One is to remove the app completely and delete it, and replace it, deleting all the data on it, which is a right pain in the neck. But would you believe the other option is that you can, if you changed the settings to be a two-wheel vehicle, change it back to a four-wheel vehicle, and it immediately solves the problem. And this was when you get the error where it couldn't calculate the route RE prime on it. That's what that is. So yeah, change it back to a four-wheel vehicle, and it works. Go figure. So it's obviously a bit of a glitch with the app. So I did that, and it resolved it. I did initially delete the app and replace it, but it just happened again. The comfort of this bike, that's an interesting one. I've now probably ridden this bike now for something like 500 odd miles. It's not bad. The seat is quite hard, but that's to be expected on a brand new motorcycle. And it is. It's bloody hard. Or firm. But that being said, I think I'd prefer a firm seat to a soft one. But yeah, after about an hour and a half, something like that, I need to get out of the saddle. But you know, I had that on the NX500 as well, and the seat broke in, and I could sit on it for 3 or 4 hours before I got the same pain. It was really good. So we're just approaching Ragley Hall. So this is where you'll all be coming for the ABR, and it's on our left. On your right is the Arrow Mill Hotel. That's a lovely place to go and have a lunch or a dinner. They serve tea and coffee there. It's very nice down there. And here is Ragley Hall. There it is. Okay. Now, if you come to Ragley Hall and come to the ABR, and you want to go to the Piston Club, then turn left out of Ragley Hall and come along this road here, and then you would encounter a large roundabout. Will indicate to go 3/4 of the way round to go towards Stratford. There. You've got to watch this roundabout as well, as usual, because people just pull out. And then go along here and turn left here, if you can. Oh yeah, fuel ahead closed. Oh right. Bear that in mind. I don't know whether that will be open for the ABR festival. I don't suppose it will, but there was a fuel station there, which is closed now. Now this is a 60-mile-an-hour road. Just be careful, because the police do patrol this regularly, and there is a camera right up here on the right-hand side. Just bear in mind. Piston Club is at the top of this hill, so you need to indicate fairly early, because there is no runoff. there's nowhere or side slip road to slip into. In actual fact, there's two ways to get in there, so it's always a good idea to indicate early. And you can see how busy it gets. It does get very, very, very busy in here indeed. And there you go. That gives you an idea of how busy it gets. It does get a bit crazy. Sure, I'm going to park. Trouble is with this side stand, on a slope like that, it's not great.
According to the website, it says the venue is the brainchild from the owners of Power Maxed Racing, a multiple race-winning team in the British Touring Car Championship, who are based locally. From my experience, coming for the last couple of years, it's generally very, very busy here, as you can see. And the breakfasts and the food offered in the restaurant and bar area are actually top-notch, and very, very good indeed, and reasonably priced. The coffee, sort of out of 10, it fluctuates between about 5 and 6. It's not what I call artisan coffee. If you want to get artisan coffee, then you have to go elsewhere. But it's good enough, and it's very welcoming. It's well worth going inside and looking at all the memorabilia for the car racing and also the motorcycle memorabilia, of which there's a lot. It's almost like a little museum. Thanks for watching. See you next time, and keep it shiny side up.